What the hell is that random yellow dot? Emma Anyanka Caulfield. Not who it is, or, you know, if you're gonna like them at all. 7 days. Daughter is being raped and murdered. Oops. Robert Pattinson is actually really good in this movie. It literally grabs your skull and goes, ha! Weren't expecting that, were you? Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars. So Beauty and the Breast, boobs, beast. Okay, I still don't have like an entry hello thing that people say. I don't have a catchphrase yet. But, yeah. I still don't even have a rating system. Okay, my first movie that I'm going to be reviewing today is a movie called Timer. Basically, Timer is starring our good friend Emma Anyanka Caulfield. Yeah, points for a Buffy reference. And basically what the movie is about is Emma plays this woman who's about to turn 30. And in the world that they live in, they've got these little wrist things. Sort of like bracelets, but they're like imprinted like into your wrist. They're very painful, apparently. And basically what these things do is they're called timers. And they they count down to when you're going to meet your true love. Not who it is or, you know, if you're going to like them at all. Sorry, I shouldn't say true love. I meant to say soulmate. It's your soulmate. They say true love in the movie too. They kind of throw that around a bit. I don't even know. But apparently this works. Only Emma Caulfield's timer is completely blank because her soulmate or true love or what have you hasn't actually activated their timer yet. Because when you actually implant your timer thing, it's blank. It doesn't show up unless your true love has actually already implanted their timer, in which case theirs will start counting down. Or yours will start counting down when your true love. So Emma is pretty much going around systematically dating the people who don't have timers. She'll just see people who don't have timers and date them, get them to put timers on their wrists, and if it's blank, then it's blank, and obviously they're not the one, and if it shows up as having a time, it's obviously there. And Emma's is still blank. Obviously, they're not meant to be together, or whatever. The dialogue is really witty. And I found myself rewinding not just to hear what was being said, but also because I was laughing and I wanted to actually hear the joke again, or I wanted to hear what was said next because I was actually laughing. Her relationship with her sister, and she meets a guy named Mike. He was this cash checkout dude who's 22. I wish I could be 22, meeting a 30-year-old who wanted to do stuff. Yeah. But, yeah, she meets this 22-year-old Mikey. And, but he's got a wrist bracelet. And it's set to go off in 4 months. Oh no. Dilemma. But all in all, Timer is actually a really, really good movie. The cinematics, it's just a movie. Just watch it. It's fantastic. God damn it. 7 days. You will watch this movie. In 7 days. Now, Seven is a French movie. It's set in Drummondville. Montreal. And it's actually called Les 7 Jours de Talion. I don't know what Talion means. I'm just pronouncing it. And so basically it follows this character, Bruno Hamel, who, his daughter, he's asleep, and his daughter, who was walking to school alone, his wife wanted to bone him. So while they're diddling, their daughter is being raped and murdered. Oops. And Bruno takes it on himself to strap his killer down and have away at his innards. It's actually really good. A couple things that surprised me about this movie. One, it's in French. That actually kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. The trailers before the movie are actually all in French, so that was a little weird. And I went, hold on, and I skipped to the beginning, and upon which it tells me, haha, it's in French. You're an idiot. Boo. Yeah, this went to the Sundance, the Cinequest, Brussels International, Catalonia International, Weekend of Fear, and Puchon International Fantastic Film Festival. That is my... Oh, Puchon. It's South Korea. That's my new favorite film festival ever. Puchon International Fantastic Film Festival. These films aren't just regular films, they're fantastic films, which actually Les 7 Jours de Talion is a fantastic film. I thought that this movie was going to get tedious, with just some guy being strapped onto a desk going, no, please, as a benevolent onlooker is just, But no, it actually doesn't. At one point, he really like injects him with the stuff that completely just immobilizes him, so he's there. It's all silent as he's cutting him open and like taking out a kidney or something. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I didn't think I was going to. I thought it was going to be just another hack and slash sort of Hostel type thing, but it was not. It's it's by no stretch of the means not like Hostel. It's a lot like Hostel, in the fact where like this guy's hacking away at this man. At one point, the first thing that he does is he takes a sledgehammer to this dude's kneecap and leaves and suspends him by his neck, hopping around like a flailing goldfish. If you don't like gruesome, don't watch the movie. But if you do enjoy gruesome, but you also enjoy storytelling, 7 Days is one of those rare movies that actually combines the two. These next two movies I actually bought on Blu-ray, and they're both sort of political in a way. Remember Me. Don't judge. Robert Pattinson was actually really good in this movie. Ugh. I feel like shooting myself in the kneecaps. No, Robert Pattinson was actually really good. There's a scene with Pierce Brosnan where they're both yelling at each other, but it's not really actually yelling, it's more like just intense talking. And they deliver their lines beautifully, and they're both working off of each other. It was actually really good. It's sort of a romantic comedy type thing that sort of is embedded with the usual drama, so it's really actually quite cliche. The dialogue is sort of, you know, just copy and pasted from a lot of other dialogue movies. There's one magical scene where they do that whole, oh, I'm gonna get you wet thing, and then they kiss. Whatever. The ending just fucks you right in the eyeball. It literally grabs your skull and goes, ha! Weren't expecting that, were you? Which I won't tell you what it is, obviously. But, not what you're gonna be expecting. Green Zone, Matt Damon. I just finished watching this last night, and actually, I don't know what people were saying about it. I heard that people saying that it was bad or that it was good. It says Matt Damon at his best, but I don't think it was Matt Damon at his best. He basically plays a soldier who is looking for WMD, and I know what you're thinking. Ah, WMD? No, it's WMDs. No, it's not. It's weapons of mass destruction. It's like saying the Viet Cong Chinese or moose. They're already plural. So yeah, he's looking for WMD, but they're obviously coming up short. What's going on? There's no weapons. And they're being informed by Greg Kinnear, who's being informed by this guy called Magellan, who actually happens to be... Won't give you a spoiler. Yeah, so he's being informed by... Greg Kinnear is being informed by... And it's from the same director as the Bourne Ultimatum and the Bourne Supremacy. Cinematics are interesting, although I watched it on Blu-ray and it felt like it had been filmed on my buddy's, you know, basement camera. You know, a lot of the scenes were dark, which Blu-ray is supposed to help with that, but it seemed to just go nah. And the bonus features, the making of, actually are more high def than the actual movie. So that was kind of a put down. Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars. And I don't have a rating system, but on a scale from Ghost Rider to Princess Bride, this rates somewhere on the lower end of, it's not quite, I don't know, National Treasure 2, but it's not quite Wicker Man. Nicolas Cage makes a bunch of suck movies. This movie is, it's entertaining. It's a renter for sure. I wouldn't buy this movie. Which leads me to today's movies I didn't bother to watch. Yes, that's right, movies I didn't bother to watch. It's called Beauty and the Beast. It is literally a live-action remake, not even remake, sort of a retelling. It's a story that we didn't know before about Beauty and the Beast. So Beauty and the Breast, boobs, Beast, stars 2 no-name actors, and the plot can actually be summed up in about a span of 30 minutes. Literally, that's actually what I did. I took 10 minutes from the beginning, 10 minutes from the middle, and 10 minutes from the end. I could not watch the whole entire thing. The dialogue in this movie can be compared to a team of monkeys hurling shit at a wall, seeing what's stuck, and some guy coming in and analyzing it and going, yeah, that'll make a good movie. The cinematics looks like it was filmed on a Super 8 camera, and really, guys, we're not in the mid-90s anymore. This isn't a Xena episode. We're in the 2010. We can afford high-def cameras, let alone good actors. If you're gonna put money into making CGI, you can actually put money into getting a high-def camera, getting a good sound guy, getting a good director of photography, first of all, and then hiring actual good actors who can act a little bit. So if you're someone who's watched it or is considering watching it because you believe that this is an accurate representation of cinematic prowess, I think that should be grounds for putting you down, because this movie has all the equivalent of entertainment as gouging your eyes with a rusty spoon.